Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Chelsea and I'm so excited to be back on here filming again. I haven't posted a video since I think over the summer, so it's definitely been quite a while. I did a poll on my Instagram and asked you guys if I should film a video, and you guys were like yes, like what are you doing, why are you even asking? Really, I was so excited to see that, so here I am for you guys. Today's video is going to be my favorites of 2020. Not only are these newer products that came out in 2020, but they're also products that I was using the most in 2020. And I'm so excited that you guys asked for this video because favorite videos are truly how I find my everything. It's how I know what websites I want to go on to shop, to get clothes, what makeup I buy, what skincare I buy, like anything is like through a favorites video. Like probably everything that I own is because somebody recommended it in a favorites video. So they are like my favorite things to watch on YouTube. So I'm really excited to do this video for you guys. Just gonna be showing you guys a little bit of everything: skincare, makeup, hair care, perfume, all of that stuff. So if you guys want to see my go-tos in 2020, then please keep watching. Now, excuse my slight lisp in this video. If you guys like notice that I'm talking funny, it's because I do have my Invisalign in. I took off my top retainers, but I left my bottom ones on for the video. So sometimes my tongue kind of gets like caught in the back of it and I just like lisp a little bit, but something I guess I just have to get used to. I've had them on since I think July, and every tray that I put on, just like I feel like it starts to go away, and then every tray that I put on, I'm just like, it's not. So it's something we have to deal with. I don't normally talk like this, but it is just what we have to deal with for the time being. All right, first I'm going to, of course, start off with makeup. This first thing that I'm going to talk about is probably one of the biggest hits in my collection that I'm going to show you guys today, and that is the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. This has easily become one of like just my favorite foundation ever. Oh my goodness. I have them in two shades. I have it in the shade 7, which is the shade I'm wearing right now. This is more of my self tanner shade. And then in the shade of 5.5, which is my normal shade. I don't wear self tanner every single day. I kind of only put it on for special occasion. And yesterday was my birthday, so I have it on right now. But oh my goodness, guys, I cannot get enough of this foundation. I'm actually kind of mad about it because usually I'm more into like drugstore foundation, just because it's almost more satisfying when you find a really good drugstore foundation because it's cheaper, and then it's like when it's good, it's so good. This, on the other hand, is not drugstore. It is actually really expensive. But it's definitely one of those products that I just think it's worth it. Like when I have this foundation on, I can't stop looking at myself. Like my makeup just looks so good. It is a natural finish foundation, so it's not super matte, it's not super dewy. When you put it on before powder, it has a little bit of like a glow to it, but nothing super crazy. It doesn't feel super wet on the skin. The consistency of this foundation is pretty thin, so it is not super full coverage. But for me, that's perfect. I love more of a natural finish foundation, which is exactly what this is. You do see a little bit of your natural skin peeking through, and I absolutely love that in a foundation. So this is perfect for me. So if that's your vibe, if that is what you love in a foundation and you've been wanting to try this out, but you don't know if you should bite the bullet on the price tag on it, honestly, use your Christmas money, use your holiday bonus, I don't know, but really, if you've been wanting to try this, I 100% say go for it. Next is blushes. I feel like blushes have came full circle for a lot of people in 2020. Like now everybody is just obsessed with blush, and I am definitely one of them. I mean, I've probably been into blush a little bit longer, but I do remember like being in high school and being like, oh no, like I don't wear blush. Like I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know if I thought I was too good for blush. I don't know, but now it is definitely a thing. And these were my two favorite blushes in 2020. I did a lot of traveling this year. Really, if I was packing my makeup, one of these was in my little makeup pouch, especially this one. I think this one went with me the most. This is the Rimmel London Maxi blush. This is in the shade 04. It's called Sweet Cheeks, and it is just the perfect peachy blush. I mean, like, it literally just, it goes with everything. It is just so nice. It doesn't go on powdery whatsoever. There's no shimmer to it either. It is a matte blush, but it is just my favorite because it really just goes with anything. It goes with any eye look whatsoever, and it's just like, it's a go-to. I mean, that's really just what it is. She is not new. If anything, she is a couple years old now, but I have just recently been dipping back into her. This is the Kylie Jenner blush in the shade Winter Kiss. Now, this is not peachy whatsoever. This is a very pink blush. It is the blush that I have on right now, and this really is my favorite blush to wear during the winter. It is just so pretty. I'm gonna put more on right now. It just has like the prettiest like blue undertone. I didn't think I was into pink blushes until I got this, and she does still sell it. This came out as her holiday collection, I think maybe 2 years ago, which is why it's in the blue packaging, but like she does have it in her original pink packaging too. Like I wear it and I just feel like different because it's not my normal peach blush that I usually wear. I really love this blush. These blushes really, I think, were the only two blushes I wore all year. Next is a bronzer. Bronzer is my second favorite part of my makeup routine. I absolutely love wearing bronzer, but finding a bronzer that is like perfect for you can be so hard. But of course, Miss Fenty Beauty came in, and I have the Stalker Private Island bronzer. I can't even tell you how obsessed I am with this bronzer. It is just so warm, and that is like my favorite part about it. When I am more tan, I really do prefer kind of like an orangey undertone. I hope that doesn't sound like bad, but I do really like a more like orangey based bronzer, and that's exactly what this is without it being like crazy orange. I put this on and I'm just like, I am a golden freaking goddess. Like it is truly one of my favorite bronzers. The formula is also so amazing. So if you can find your shade that you prefer in the Fenty Beauty bronzers, I totally recommend. I've had this one for quite some time now, and I mean, I haven't hit pan on it yet, but I mean, it's coming soon. I don't know if you guys can see like the little ring around it. Like I'm getting down to the bone, and I'm really excited to buy another one. I know this is probably going to be a bronzer that I buy for a really long time. And I'm just going to throw these two in the mix. These two bronzers are the bronzers that I wear when I don't have self tanner on and when it's just like my normal shade, just because they're a little bit less warm. They have more of just like kind of more of like contour vibes to them. They're a little bit more ashy. So they are the Charlotte Tilbury bronzer, I think. Yep, the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush bronzer and the Marc Jacobs Tan-Tastic bronzer. They really are similar in shade, but they're both really nice. I do think the Marc Jacobs one is on sale right now. So last I checked on Sephora it was. So if you want to pick that up, I say go for it, especially if you're a little bit more fair. It's a beautiful bronzer because it also kind of contours you at the same time. But the Charlotte Tilbury one does the exact same thing. Formula wise, this one's a little bit more powdery than this one, but I mean, they both go on the skin just as beautifully. So yeah, I do highly recommend both of these also. Next, I have powders. These were my two favorite powders of 2020. First is the Maybelline Fit Me Loose powder. I have this powder in my makeup kit for when I do weddings and proms and blah. This is truly one of my favorite powders. I mean, obviously it's inexpensive, but it works so nice. It's so good for baking. It's so good for like cutting your contour or your bronzer to make sure it's not too messy. It sets so nice on the under eyes. I use this powder literally every single day. Powder is very thick though at the same time, which is exactly why I tap the excess off, just because it can be a little bit too much powder. But it comes in an array of colors. 10 usually is my shade, but I also have shade 5 for when I'm really pale. But this powder really is just so good. If you haven't tried it and you need a loose powder, definitely pick her up. Next is the Kylie Jenner translucent setting powder. Now I think all of her powders are actually really nice. I have the shade translucent, and then I also had the pink powder, which is the same thing. It just has more of a pinky undertone to it, which is really nice for highlighting wherever you put it. But my favorite reasoning for this powder is just the fact that it has the perfect formula. It is like so finely milded that when you put it on your skin to set your face, it just makes you look so airbrushed. I feel like these powders are really underrated. It doesn't feel like an HD powder by any means. It doesn't give you any white cast. Obviously you can get it in the shade that is for you so that it doesn't give you white cast. I really do love this powder. What I'll usually do is I'll use the Maybelline one to set under my eyes, around my nose, and just like on my chin and my forehead, and I will use this one everywhere else. All right, next we have brows. I have discovered brow pens within 2020 and brow gel. Now, my favorite brow gel is the Glossier Boy Brow. I cannot find it, which actually scares me because I need it. I don't even have it in my brows right now, which is why my brow hair is like going all over the place. But it is my favorite brow product so far. As soon as I go in with it, I just brush it through my hairs, it dries, my brow hairs stay, which is really important because I have really curly brows. And that's kind of all I'll do when I want like a no makeup day. I'll just like brush it through my brows, curl my lashes, and that's about it. But on days where I want to get a little bit more fancy, I do use the Anastasia Brow Pen. It almost just looks like an eyeliner tip, but it does really well at just creating these like light strokes that you can mimic as hairs. I absolutely hate doing my brows, so those two things have just been like a game changer for me in 2020. It's so quick, it's so easy, I don't have to like think about it as much, and bada bing bada boom, I am done. So these two things have been like a lifesaver for me. All right, last thing for makeup is glosses. These are my two favorite glosses. My all-time favorite formula is the Kylie Jenner High Glosses. I love these. I carry these around in my purse 24/7. I think I have 3 more, and all of the other ones are just scattered in all of my purses. Favorite shades I think are this one in the shade Slept On, and then her regular clear gloss. Like, out of this world. I love the formula. They're just so juicy. They look so good. I'm actually just gonna pop one of these on right now. Oh my god, that noise. The noise, okay? So good. Oh my god. And it just makes your lips look so juicy. The formula is so comfortable to wear. So yes, her glosses are really good, but if you want a cheaper, more accessible alternative, are the Maybelline Lifter glosses. They really have like really nice shades. I think the fan favorite is the color Stone, but these are really good. They're also just as juicy. They kind of have the same kind of wand to them. They are a little bit thicker and they are more pigmented too, so when you buy these, don't think that you're kind of getting like a sheer gloss. Like, what you see in the tube is exactly what you get. Like, this is the shade, oops, this is the shade Petal, and it really is just like a strong colored gloss, but they are really pretty to kind of pop on with a lip liner or just right on top of a lipstick. These are really nice too. I'm just gonna throw her in here really quick. This is the liquid blender cleanser from the Beauty Blender brand. I absolutely love it. It washes my brushes beautifully. It washes my sponge beautifully. I don't know if you guys know this, but you should be washing your sponge every time before you use it. It makes a difference in the way your foundation applies, and this just gets all the makeup off so easily. I travel with this. Like I said, I use it on my own brushes. I use it on my brushes in my makeup kit, and it just removes makeup so fast. So yeah, I just wanted to throw her in there just because she is a really good cleanser to clean your brushes, to clean your sponges. Even if, tip over here, even if you get like makeup on like a white shirt or really on like your bed sheets or something, like as soon as you get it on there, pop like a little bit of this on, kind of rub it together with some like warm water, and it gets the makeup right off because it is a makeup remover. So yeah, she's a good one. Right, next we're going to go into skincare. First thing is the Boscia Makeup Breakup Cool Cleansing Oil. This is my step 1 in cleansing my face. So this is the first thing that I go in. Dry hands, dry face. I pump just maybe like 2 or 3 squirts of this in my hand and then massage it all into my makeup to completely break my makeup down. I make sure to really get into my lashes, since I do always use waterproof mascara to really just get that off of there. And this is step 1. My step 2 is obviously my cleanser, but I feel like this part a lot of people forget about. It really does help you get everything off your face, and this has been my favorite. I think this is maybe my second or third bottle of this, and I absolutely love it. Next is the step that nobody wants to listen to me or anyone when they say use your freaking sunscreen. Nobody wants to listen. This is the Biossance Squalene and Zinc Sheer Mineral Sunscreen. This is broad spectrum 30, I believe. Yep. Broad spectrum 30, and this is my second tube of this sunscreen. It is small, but believe it or not, it does last me a while. I love this sunscreen for, I think, many reasons that people wouldn't, especially if you have oily skin. I don't think this is the sunscreen for you by any means, because this sunscreen goes on so, I don't want to say thick, but it definitely, like, you can feel it on your skin. I really do use this as a moisturizer in the morning, so it is a little bit thicker, and because it has the squalene in it, it does a really good job of moisturizing my skin. I love this the most because it gives you just like this ultimate glow to the face, borderline if you're sweaty. Which I don't know why I really like that look, but if you are not into that look, this is probably not the one for you. But I really love it. Like I said, this is my second bottle of it, and I will most likely buy it again. I'm gonna talk about her really quick because I don't think there's a single person in this universe that doesn't know what this is. This is the Ordinary AHA 30% and BHA 2%. This is a really good exfoliant for the skin. But there have been many horror stories with her because a lot of people use it wrong. They use it too often. They leave it on for way too long. So you need to make sure that you are putting this on once a week and once a week only. That is if your skin can handle it. If you only can put this on once every 2 weeks, and so be it. And it can only be on for a maximum amount of time of 10 minutes. I usually leave it on for about 7. Make sure to rinse it right off, and I'm usually good for another week. This is a chemical exfoliant, so there's no scrubbies to it or anything. All of the bumps that I usually get around my nose and around my forehead, they just are gone, which I think is why this is such a big hit, because it really just gives you like an instant satisfaction to the skin. Like, you put it on, you take it off, and you're just like, oh my god, wow. But yes, like I said, be really careful with it. If you have sensitive skin, I really do recommend like patch testing this before you use it. And if it's not for you, don't force it to be for you. Give it to somebody else, return it, I don't know, because the exfoliants can be really damaging to the skin if you exfoliate too much or if they're just too strong for you. do I even need to talk about her? Like, if you follow me on Instagram, I don't know if you know, but this is literally the only moisturizer I have been using for years. How many jars I have gone through. I want to estimate maybe 12. Maybe 12, 13, around there. It is the Sephora 3.0 Nourishing Moisturizer. It says hydrate and repair. 91% of ingredients are from natural origin. I wish this came in like a ginormous tub because these are actually really kind of small, but for the price that you pay, I don't think it's bad whatsoever. This is just an amazing moisturizer if you just have normal to dry skin, in my opinion. It is a pretty basic moisturizer. To me, it just does what it has to do. I put it on my skin, it moisturizes my skin, leaves me a little bit of a glow, and I'm good to go for the day. I'm going to jump into body care really quick just because I don't know how many of you are into body care, but I have a specific routine when I get out of the shower. Like, skincare is kind of people's like meditation time when they're like rubbing on their skin. And don't get me wrong, I absolutely love skincare, but now that I'm saying it, I think that I like my body care a little bit more. I'm gonna run through it really quickly. The first thing that I have is this Dove exfoliating body polish. I love this stuff because number one, it smells really good. Number two, it doesn't have those big chunks of like sugar or the scrubby stuff. It's just really fine, which makes me a little bit more comfortable in using it, just because I know that when I'm using it, it's not over exfoliating my skin. It's like a really good staple to have, and it's just like really nice to like use in the shower where your skin is already kind of soft. Throwing this on top, you will walk out, especially after shaving, you will just ask everybody to feel your legs, your body, wherever you shave, because it just feels so soft. I put her on my Instagram stories a couple days ago too. This is the Jergens Weightless Wet Skin Moisturizer, and I have been using this for a couple of years now. I have two different kinds. They have one that is infused with coconut oil and one that is infused with argan oil, and I get the one that's infused with argan oil, and they both do have hyaluronic acid in it, which again is really moisturizing to the skin. And this is just really satisfying to use. The way you use it is, you know, you're in the shower, you turn your shower head off. While your body is still wet, you put this on, you rub it all over your body, and then when you step out, you just want to pat your skin dry with a towel, which is a lot better for your skin. Not only are you not wiping this off by like rubbing, but it's also just a lot more gentle on your skin too. And it just kind of leaves you with just like this film on your skin, but like not a bad film, like a good film, and it's not really thick like a lotion is. So if you're like one of those people that like can't stand lotion on your skin or like on your hands, I know there's a lot of people out there that are like that. Something like this is really good for you, especially in the winter months where it's really dry, it's really cold, and then on top of that you have your heaters on in your house. You know, your skin does suffer from that. Something like this is really, really nice. Now, because I am the complete opposite of hating lotion, my boyfriend, he makes fun of me because of how much lotion I use when I get out of the shower. He's like, oh my god, you need that many pumps? I'm like, yes, like duh. This is the Nivea Essentially Enriched 48-Hour Nourishing Moisturizer. I have it in the value size because I just love this moisturizer so much. The funny thing is I had bought it before, claimed that I didn't like it, was using other moisturizers in the meantime, and then I bought her again, and I'm like truly obsessed with how thick this moisturizer is. Like I say about every moisturizer thing that I have shown so far, it leaves the skin like such a nice glow. Exactly what it says on the back, it has like light to rich, and it's all the way at the rich side, which is like a really good way to describe it. This is just like a really rich, thick, hydrating moisturizer. This combo, getting out of the shower with this and then putting this on right after, I feel just so good. I feel like there's just moisture all over my body and my skin. I can get under my heated blanket, and it's just like a dream come true. Okay, we only have two more sections left, perfume and hair care. I'm gonna go into hair care first. The first thing is this Revlon round brush blow dryer. I absolutely love this thing, especially now that my hair is shorter. I just think it gives me the cutest like little flip inwards, and every single time I use it, my mom like always says how cute my hair looks and stuff. So I do really recommend this thing. I had this even when my hair was longer, but I either didn't know how to use it with longer hair, or because my hair was just straight long, I had no layers in it or anything. I felt like it just didn't do much to my hair, but now I have shorter hair and I have these cute little like front framing pieces. I absolutely love this thing. I use it all the time after I get out of the shower. I have learned that when your hair is short, it kind of does need to be styled all the time for it not to look like a mess. So this is like the easiest way that I have found to style my hair really quick. It does blow dry my hair really fast. My biggest advice with this is to use it on low. I would not use this on high. I rarely use it on high because it does get really hot, to the point where even when you're kind of like turning this and you're holding it up here, like you will burn your fingers. And using it on low is all you need. It does still dry your hair pretty fast. And that says a lot for me because I have a lot of hair and my hair is very thick. This is the Giorgio Farewell Frizz Blow Dry Perfection and Heat Protection Cream. My favorite thing about this stuff is not only does it protect your hair from the heat, but it does leave your hair with like just the nicest shine. My hair can either look really dull or really shiny because it is so dark. So this does an amazing job of just making my hair like just have that like shine and just make it look like really sleek. This, you put it on when your hair is either wet or still damp. Go in with your blow dryer and it just makes my hair look so good. I recommend you trying this if you do blow dry your hair often. All right guys, last is fragrances. This is like slowly becoming my new thing. My favorite perfume of all time, which I would consider my signature scent, I think my friends at this point also consider it my signature scent, is the Giorgio Armani C Passion, I don't know French, I don't know how to say this, but it comes in this beautiful red bottle. I love this perfume. It's a perfume that I don't feel like anybody talks about, but I've had this bottle specifically for 2 years now, and I'm getting pretty low. I'm down here. I will definitely be repurchasing this perfume. I'm not good at explaining perfumes. I wish you guys could like smell it. But if you get on Ulta, you will definitely be able to see like the notes and the scents. And I think it has like sparkling pear in it, which is like what I smell the most, and it's just like my favorite part about this. Like I love this perfume so much. All right guys, and that is it for today's video. That was actually so fun. I love sharing what I love with you guys, like on my Insta stories and on my Instagram, just because I'm like, when I find something good, I'm like, oh my god, like everybody needs this now. So I'm really hoping that you guys like this video. Thumbs up and subscribe if you want, and hopefully I will be back soon. Take care. I hope you guys have an amazing 2021. I would just say let's keep a positive attitude as much as we can. Make sure that you're wearing your mask, washing your hands, please just being as cautious as you can, and I will see you guys again in the next video. Bye.